the ultimate Botswana's #1 football value chain conversations platform.
Welcome to episode 4 of a Strictly Football podcast. I believe the next time we'll be here, we might have a champion in the FNB Premiership. I'm not alone as usual. I'm with my gents. I am Saisa, and I'm with the two gentlemen here to discuss a lot of issues.
Yeah, Matt here. Very happy today. We might have a champion. We will not have a champion.
First of all, it's very controversial already. The most controversial one.
Yeah, it's all in here, man. Ready to roll.
Okay, we have an interesting lineup today of issues to discuss. First of all, remember we sent this guy for the derby. The first thing we're going to discuss is going to be the derby experience, what we can learn if there is, because we have a derby around the corner coming up, an important one even. We'll also look into the business model of Kaizer Chiefs, how they do it, how they don't do it, because it's been 10 years since they got something, but finally something is there. We'll also do a recap onto the games yesterday. We saw GU versus Matebele. You attended MCC versus the big one, the Red Machine, security systems, where they got another defeat. We'll look into the awards. I think these gentlemen might have to reconsider their best guesses in terms of who's getting the award, because I have a number of reconsiderations that I've made. We'll also look into Nicola. There are a lot of issues about Nicola.
Yeah.
So we'll look into that as well. And finally, we'll jump into the La Liga and also the EPL. So welcome to episode 4. We rock and roll. I'm here with my gents, like we said. So how was your experience?
Yeah, man. The debut was, it was good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Moses Mabhida was packed. It was a Nedbank final, so obviously you would expect the two Soweto Giants to pack the stadium to the rafters. It was packed. There was an issue at the ticket, like we said, Malo Baigere. Apparently, more tickets than the seats were sold, but like enough around this time PD and whatnot.
Yeah.
But football inside, I believe the team that wanted it the most won it. I believe Kaizer Chiefs came to the party. They wanted to break the dark. They had 10 years. For a big brand, that's not acceptable. So they came to the party. South Africa was gold on the day. It was Benny, man. That team is an institution. I don't want to lie. It's a huge institution. Yeah, it was crazy. The Nedbank, I think Nedbank were happy as the sponsor. The turnout, the coverage, the excitement,
and still exists. Kaizer Chiefs is doing some tours into the radios.
Yeah. I saw they went to do some interview with Robert Marawa the other day. I mean, it was a big deal, to be honest. Yeah. The atmosphere in the game, in the stadium, it was top notch. I believe what you would expect from one of the biggest debuts in the country, if not the world. Okay. So Nikilo represented the big brand. The Chiefs dude is happy. The Pirates dude is not happy. But it is what it is.
Are you happy? I mean,
that time so wow. You understand? Yeah.
We are happy. I think kudos, man, for a job well done.
Thank you.
But anyway, I think what we should talk about also with the derby is the economic side of it. Somewhere I was looking, the derby is looking to boost more than 100 million rands just for that day.
For that day.
Huge amount.
Yeah. Okay, what can we learn more? What can we learn in terms of how then do we monetize our derby? I think we shy away from the figures. So we need to be able to estimate to GU is playing rollers, it's a city derby, is the biggest derby in the country at the moment. How much are we anticipating to make? Remember, it's not just about from tickets and entry. There's the whole business as a whole.
We have the hospitality and all that.
Entertainment,
SMMEs outside the stadium, transport,
everything as a whole. How much are we
networks, banking,
everything.
it's
Yeah,
everything.
this is the value chain we talk about every
There's
day.
the value chain we talk about every day.
Yeah.
Talking about anticipation and preparing for the derby, and I mean, our league is down to the wire.
Yeah.
But I don't think there are conversations yet about big games.
Yeah,
I don't know. We converse about this with 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days
before. So what is
the question is, as a sponsor, as FNB, this is one of those games where we call it a peak for you as a sponsor.
Yeah.
Lebone, as FNB, do they come forward and say, Debi Giori rank, and as the Premier League, do they say, no, here's the DB as FNB, these are the opportunities to be here? Because remember, they have this partnership here, FNB, the Premier League, has to benefit both sides. So it's kind of like, okay, FNB is pumping money,
Yeah.
but what are they getting
What are they-
out from the sponsorship?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna remember this debut. It's not just a debut.
Yeah.
It's a crowning debut to say, GU, yeah, who lift that trophy in front of Rollers, or Rollers is going to stop that.
yeah.
You see where I'm coming
Yeah.
from? Is Rollers going to give GU a guard of honor before the game? Rollers they got or no, they don't, and then they can't allow them to crown there because breaking rights and everything. How prepared are we in terms of maximizing it? This is a game that for me should be
talked about already. Should be out
The
there
top
already.
tier, man. Top
At least we are talking about, and I believe other media outlets also will talking about, will jump in, etc. and etc. But thank you so much. While on the derby, maybe on the part of Kaizer Chiefs, I know it's been 10 years since we got something. Oh, I'm back. I took a break. I took a break. Now that we are starting afresh. We have forgiven each other because we have now won. We are starting afresh on the new slate. So I'm back. Very soon I'll be getting my replica even. That's how serious things are. So let's talk about Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Kaizer Chiefs, the business model, or Kaizer Chiefs, the brand.
Yeah.
I was looking into the figures. They're talking about, fact check, I'm not sure. I think they're talking about, is it 18 million supporters or 24 somewhere? Around that figure.
Yeah.
In terms of the support base that Kaizer Chiefs says in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the entire.
You're not talking
SADC
about
or,
Africa.
yeah, I'm talking about just one.
Yeah, no, Kaizer Chiefs, my guy, it has a huge following.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's an institution, like a huge institution.
Yeah.
Nobody comes to close to Kaizer Chiefs when you talk about support in
Yeah.
Southern Africa. No one.
Yeah.
And the business side, it goes back to Kayene Ribwa the other time. Kaizer Chiefs, yeah, but be side, it's a family business. It's a business. It's not a society business. Yeah, not only supporter, we are stakeholders, of course.
Of that,
but
yeah.
yeah, we don't. Are dictate how they
to run their
yeah,
business.
you see what now. Kaizer, the big guy, is the chairman. Then Banaba, they occupy like
They have
senior roles, critical roles. You have Junior is the he's what, sporting director.
Yeah, I believe sporting director.
Yeah, then
technical
Bobby is the
director.
football manager. You have
Jessica.
Jessica is the head of marketing.
Sister Jess. Very brilliant in marketing and branding.
The head of digital.
Yeah.
And in terms of the brand Kaizer Chiefs, I mean, you can't deny it, bruh. Everybody knows Kaizer Chiefs. It's out there. When Kaizer Chiefs drop their jerseys, my guy, that single day they sell out.
And they've dropped some nice ones.
Yeah.
But also into that model, look at it that, the Kaizer Chiefs model, it's a family, yes, but look at it this way. It's an institution that have positions or offices, okay.
Yeah.
Harna Treasure, they have
Just spoke about
an accounting office or
Yes,
finance
yeah.
office. They have Harnabo secretary, they have your head of marketing,
Head of digital.
they have what we call a secretariat, an office,
Yes.
fledged office, of which I still say a lot of our teams in terms of that. Those are the things we need to know. Mono rights or chairman, PRO,
treasurer, additional member.
We don't even know who the finance director of Kaizer Chiefs
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, I don't think we need to know that. We know that, okay, when Kaizer Chiefs is talking about buying players and other things, Rabona football manager, because that's the right person. When they're talking about brand and extension and their plans as to grow their family, we see
The head of marketing.
the head of marketing, who's Jessica, doing that. So
True.
in a way, these guys, it's a business, okay? It says tomorrow Jessica is not there. That office remains. Someone competent can come in and take over.
Yeah.
Note, competent because she's qualified for,
Yeah.
for that
Not
position.
elected.
Not elected.
Not elected. Yeah.
Okay, big up on that, gents. I remember back in the days, immediately after Kaiser Jr. retired, he went to school, man. He went to study.
Yeah,
He has
yeah,
qualifications. He didn't just go into the office. He had to study first.
Yeah.
Labor just have qualifications, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Something that maybe is still lacking in our side of football, like you just said. Even though it took 10 years, there's something that Cesar Lomo asked just when they were in one of the platforms.
Okay.
In terms of to say, in terms of the business, in terms of profitability, have you taken a hit in terms of profitability, in terms of not winning for this long? And she was like, the truth is no. Kaiser has been doing good, even though they're not winning. They've been
but profitably
they have been operating profitably.
Yeah.
It's only that as a team you have to win.
Yeah.
That's how big maybe the brand is, like you are saying.
The brand is huge, bruh.
Okay.
Huge.
So maybe Township Rollers can learn, maybe GU can learn, maybe MCC can learn. We don't know. Gunners can learn. Talking about Gunners, let's jump into the Premier League. Why was Ghana stranded, and how were they stranded, and what is the issue there? I don't know.
Guys, it's difficult, okay, because it's very difficult to understand a lot of things that are and local. Ghana's on a mid-league, they are not exactly safe.
They're traveling.
They're traveling for not for sporting reasons. The team is not going there for a training camp. The team is traveling. Investor. Okay, players, investors. What was Ghana going to do in Pretoria? They come back. Day of the game, they're stuck. Pakela, they were still in Rustenburg, but on BDF for 3 p.m.
Apparently, they managed to lodge Rustenburg about 3 a.m. Imagine 3 a.m. when you have a game the following day.
Player. What does that say?
They crossed the border.
It's a big one. Yeah.
They crossed the border, go to Queen around 3 p.m. No, around half 2. That time they have a game at 3 p.m.
Okay, let's looking into the bottom side of League Yaruna. BDF in a labor system, see Chadi Veror is gone, we shouldn't be mentioning them in this race.
Yeah.
And the system, it's a center chiefs, a very top team. BDF team is on the way, sends in a lady issues are bordering. Already psychologically, only BDF maybe don't upper hand there, no more winning game. I mean, how does this affect credibility, seriousness of a league, to say?
In a way, I think Ghana League Yaruna, for as long as you show up at the game, the league doesn't really consider how you showed up at the game.
Yeah.
In a way, I think that one also it's a loophole that's to be looked into.
So they are not putting a league into disrepute.
They're not putting a league into disrepute according to the regulations.
Okay.
But any league into disrepute, they showed up at the game. They were all locked 4-0. BDF in land or 4 this season. It
doesn't matter. The moment they go and you play.
And also note this, I understand Offense Anatu didn't go to Pretoria.
Okay.
Because apparently he's deemed to be one of those guys by Langore that are influencing the young players to be wayward.
Offense Anatu is the captain.
He's the captain, he's the senior player. He's the one older carrying. He's been performing well actually this season.
Yeah.
And also those guys.
He's fighting for players' rights.
That's why I'm saying.
Right.
That's why I'm saying. Offense is captain. He should be influential, obviously.
Yeah, he should be influential. So the thing is, if you're not paid and you are not able to come to training, and Offense has a problem with that, you are deemed to be indisciplined. That's the problem we have with our football. You understand?
On that, Tsotso also put out something. I don't know if it's on Facebook. He put out a cry. I don't know if it has responded in terms of payments are made or not. But what do you think about some? The social media was divided in terms of is it professional or it's unprofessional or it's time that he had to cry, etc., etc.
It was a cry out. It's been coming, like we've been saying.
Yeah.
Tsotso has been crying. But what do you do when the team that is supposed to be paying you is not paying you, my guy? So Facebook this is the situation that we are facing as a team, and it's not Tsotso alone, only because but it's not him alone.
Yeah.
Other people have decided to keep quiet with him, but you should be paid.
Matt, you are the chairman, eh? Let's say you are the chairman. Do you punish Tsotso?
If I'm the chairman.
If you are the chairman, do you punish Tsotso?
For what?
For what? But I have to punish him.
No, for what?
Punish Tsotso. But ideally, if I'm chairman, I wouldn't allow that to happen in the first place. Tsotso is one of the best players.
That's what I was going to say.
He's a bubbly character. Tsotso is not a troublemaker.
It's not. Never been.
I'm privileged to have had any
Never
interaction with him. He's a very disciplined player, very bubbly character who is actually, who always carries the young players. I think he's an ideal professional, if you ask me.
Always been.
How about a player right on a little guys redueling or what is going on? What is wrong with the team? It tells you that guys, player welfare. Player welfare is something that is very important. The people who don't benefit from our football are the football players themselves. Everyone else will benefit.
And they're supposed to be the major stakeholders in our football. Yeah, you can't build football without players.
You go to play Center Chiefs stadium, you anticipate your promotion to push fans. But the next thing, we only made 20,000 case in point. And you wonder, guys, as a player, I went out there and I did my best.
Yeah.
But I'm the one who's suffering. Again, these guys are not. It's a risk. Again, these guys, they don't get involved.
Yeah.
When they don't even pay me. So the only people who don't make money right now, the players, whenever they take what they're told. Maybe this one time, unfortunately, this is what comes. This is what has become normal, and we've normalized it already. But what over no how can
we need accountability and transparency on this.
We're in the stadium. Each person will do a this things I eat.
And also, like you said, if you're an office bearer, your duty is to actually look for money for the team. It's not only from tickets. It's about ensuring that you look into this value chain and try by all means to look for the money. So,
yes.
And the guys in the studio here are saying it was long overdue, and they understand why he had to do that. Okay, cool. You went for Center Chiefs versus Systems. Were the results what you expected? The game, how was it in general?
What I expected. Actually, the game wasn't what I expected, but the results. I know the results. I long knew them. Okay. I've long declared them. And
Monna was a little profitable. Systems. Systems 4 weeks ago.
Thematically, Systems will be relegated. And I don't see them coming back unless something drastic happens. But the issue was Systems lineup in the first place. I thought some of their best players, Boratipana, they were on the bench. They have a very vibrant striker. They don't play him much, but he's quite a vibrant player. Chinyepi, Matuidi, that boy is good. Systems
the tall, lanky guy.
The tall, lanky guy. They have proper players on their bench. So those guys, Ogare Systems, they're not putting in.
But do you drop Flo and put Chinyepi? Or you create something for him?
I would. I drop Flo. Guys, Flo is old. He's committed. He's given his all to the team. But you can tell age has caught up with him. On the break, you can tell or no me. Yes, Mangolo maybe he should be coming from the bench or maybe playing game 6 in crucial. I think it's a crucial game where we need all the energy. You need to go out at Center Chiefs. Center Chiefs, it's a good team. They're coming together.
They're vibrant.
They were so composed. I mean, there were notable absentees, case for another day. They're vibrant. And also on the side of Center Chiefs.
What absentees? What absentees? There's no any other day. The next time we are here, we're going to celebrate the champions.
Bolasi and who else?
Bolasi was not there. I think Baba suspension.
Let's talk about Bolasi just a bit.
Yeah, what's happening with Mangolo? Yeah.
The team has not given out an official statement. So right now we can only go up with
word on the street
or hurt them because they are not coming forward, reaching out to the players. They're not exactly coming forward or what exactly is happening. But we know something is wrong. What are the issues with Bolasi is I know he's had some disciplinary issues in the past with Galaxy.
Okay, I have a problem with this. Right?
Thank you. I know where you're going.
I have a problem with we brush them with the indiscipline brush.
Yes.
Mo leng gore le ha motho a voice out their grievances, and rightfully so. Ra no
Okay, wa ba simo-
because it's not only Bolas in this league.
Yeah.
You have
That is-
because you Raza
Yeah.
is a victim of that.
Yeah.
For example.
That is systematic. Do you know why we do that? Who are the ideal professionals? Who are the players who will not take any nonsense, for lack of a better way?
Yes.
Bolas is a professional.
Yeah.
Bolas will not allow a lot of things. He will voice out. He will complain or no, I'm not going to allow that. I'm here and no further. But what we do, we systematically make sure that players these guys are not disciplined. You understand? Of which team we Bolasi
Kana high right.
because I mean, for a team that went out, Ile Amutenya red card Banta statement,
You would have expected the same.
but they didn't say anything. We're one as a Samiki so or no, maybe horrible training, but one as a Boni.
Amutanyale we tend some category I think from GU now to center chief. He will never escape this looking about
He never escaped that. But I
never
think
want to escape it.
to take away from the game, center chief started well, early goal, settled early. His systems were looking, I don't know if they were looking to absorb the pressure. Systems never really shifted to say they want to go into the game until the last 5 minutes.
But you have always maintained that system has one of the best quality players in this
They
team.
have quality players.
If there's one thing you give them is that you always have said that team has good players.
They have potential.
You look at Ratibana. Ratibana is a brilliant player. Ugabi,
Yeah.
But I don't understand why he starts on the bench. Maybe Babona say husband. They have Tato brilliant player. He works so hard.
Very experienced.
The left and right back, Larona and Tinya has always been brilliant.
Brilliant players.
They have played the game every
That's
time.
my left back, right?
Yeah.
Talented left foot. So you wonder, I'm meeting maybe at Tameka.
Maybe let me chip in on Yaga Bolas. I'm happy that the view in the studio here is like that, because I've always had issue with people saying disciplinary issues, because nobody ever says what issues are.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody's always gonna say but I've not met one person who had said this guy has done 1, 2, 3 or said 1, 2, 3 to me. So I don't know where all this thing comes from, because I speak to him sometimes, and I've never come across any of that element. And sometimes I ask him, what really do you do or you don't do that these people are doing?
That they do.
Then he says, I speak. If I think something is not right, I'm gonna voice it out. So sometimes just because somebody has the confidence and the professionalism to, let's say, this is not right, then he's painted in a particular.
No, clubs don't like that. They don't want to be. They don't want to complain. Because if you should apply 1, 2, 3, 4, give them that. They'll also give you what they have promised. The end of the deal.
And also, are you aware that nowadays professional players, a player can come up to the coach and say, "Coach, I don't think system I think we need to try this." Or Hakele left back, Ngele Bolasi. I think we were better off.
This way.
I mean, it's allowed to voice.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation you talk about.
That conversation they had. Professional players, they come up, they say, or no, me. Traveling dates are not
Can we try this?
Can we try this more? It's professional players, they are welfare as well. Because if they don't win, they don't get paid.
I don't know. Why do we see a lot of player suspensions under the tutelage of Bureau? Is it something to look into, or is just a coincidence?
Player management. The man management qualities of Coach Piro. What do you think?
One thing you have to give Coach Piro, it's a brilliant coach, okay? He knows how to win, he's tactically good. But the one issue that I've always had with him has always been a lot to do with his player management, okay? Because in GU we saw Mpoka Swani, I think they had a very public fallout. Leroaza as well. You look into it.
Malagas left, Tinya left. There are so many. It was a lot of issues with a lot of players.
Wonder, is the coach very strict to that? He doesn't accommodate players to approach him and say, or maybe the coach, men management or the coach and the player, they don't get to an understanding. It becomes an issue of communication between player and coach. Okay, as a coach, I expect this from you. Player from you, coach, I expect this. Who's where Trump's who's.
Could there be an element of disrespect that comes from player to coach, especially if the coach is a local coach and is a younger coach? Is there any other thing we can say? Maybe they are not necessarily giving him the same respect they can give to Ante or to whoever.
Nicola.
But what do you do as a coach? Player disrespect. I don't think I can just come here and say, no, you know what? Suddenly I disrespect you. Or there has to be something that has happened. But let's not forget the motivation behind it. Or as a player, I disrespect. Remember, every coach in a new team, players want to impress the coach. Players want to be on the coach's favor. They expect the coach to be fair and to do everything right. What happens more or a player I respect the coach and as a follow coach. And also when we see a trend, it's a call out to Coach Piro. Coach Piro, this is what is happening in your young career. How do you fix that? Because I want to see Piro win the league. I want to see him do well. We want to see
he should be our best export.
They want to export him. We want to see he's an inspiration to a lot of players because we all saw what he was doing on the field. We know we want players to emulate him, but also we want him to help to mentor some of these guys. He also has to grow. Leboneti player to grow under him. So I think it's a call out to him to say, players under him.
They have a lot of issues. Can we look into that?
Exactly.
Okay, let's hope it doesn't necessarily derail his camp, but I believe there are going to be a lot of movements from center chiefs. When this window comes in.
Right now,
I think there's going to be a lot of movements.
With Bolasi, I don't know, because
you see him gone.
I see him gone. And now I'm worried what we already moved it in a short period. It was Tanzania.
You think he might have the Muthusi Cooper?
I hope he doesn't
kind of bug
syndrome. You understand? Now that we are going to AFCON, you would want to have a fit, firing, playing footballers in it. But with these things, you don't know. But
I tell you, I actually pray that doesn't happen. I watched this Center Chiefs team play, I think 4 or 5 times now. In a row them play. I want this team to stay together. Okay. They are cooking something special on the field. Off field, yes, there are issues. They are cooking something special on the field. You look at that guy, former under-20 captain Marezi, brilliant player. This guy went through development. You look at Monty, or look at Monty play. I like the boy, and it's no in favor of him. Look at him play football, and look at another player, who's in development.
When you're talking about Monty, there have been some issues about Monty. Monty's been deployed into a defensive role this year. But we knew him as an attacker.
An attacking player.
So what do you think? Monty's a boy. I know
I've
you
loved him since he's moved into the Asimolo double pivot. He's had a brilliant second round, man. He's very. So
you think he should really try that?
I believe he might have a higher ceiling. He might have a longer
and we don't
career.
have many of them.
He might have a longer career. He's very composed, my guy, and he wins a lot of duels, a lot.
Okay, for me, his composure. I think he's very composed, though. My worry with players who are multi-talented, who can easily adapt to many positions. They don't exactly grow well because coach deploy Monty, you take him, put him to lead your attack, you get equally 10 out of 10. You put him, seed him. But I think I like something about him in the middle of the park. Okay, give him there, give him room, let him play,
let him grow there.
Maybe if anything, have him as a box to box, but I doubt his energy to be able to move a lot because he sticks on his positions and does his role well. But
so this adds into the prowess of Coach Piro. Because he got in and said, you know what, we're doing this.
It adds to him.
But with that, Matt, I think with time he'll grow in the role like that. Monty will still have his instincts about
Tawate.
So let him cross the box from time to time.
And with that mentality, he can actually get you goals in games that need an X factor. Okay, cool. I think we've talked, man, about the bottom half of the log. You are convinced system is going. System is taking on Chadive, and I think bottom.
They're going. We can say what they're going.
Okay, I'm dropping the system conversation.
They're going.
Cool. Let's go up there. We watched GU versus Madevele. I was with the biggest O in the country, and 2 things happened. 2 things happened.
A lot of things happened.
When we were watching that game. No, I'll talk about that later when you talk about traffic. But you're going to laugh. I've never seen this man that side. So
It's okay.
cool. I'll talk about that when we talk about traffic. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I love my-
So we watched GU versus Matebele, and there were a lot of issues that we picked, or some people around us picked. We can't mention. Somebody said we should not mention their name until when it's pre-season. So first of all, let's start with Matebele in terms of the lineup. We did check. Only 5 players returned. From the previous lineup versus Center Chiefs.
Yeah.
Only a Ford. It's a center back.
Yeah, Ford.
Kena nalimo karateng yelmo suspension.
Yeah.
Any other guy, I don't know if they're injured or not.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So any other player, it's either maybe injured or the coach decided to rest them.
Technical reasons.
Yeah. So my issue here is that Matebele, maybe in terms of top 8, they don't think they can get it, or they knew that the GU game is just a tough game, but they know they have a chance in Orange FA. So if it were you, if you were the coach, would we have made these changes to the lineup?
Listen,
Or what?
Matebele.
I think 10.
Number 10.
10.
Do they have a chance of Sana Mutrope?
They do. They have a chance. They're on 10 points.
Yeah, they do.
They're on 30.
30.
Orapa is on 34. So they
Yeah,
have a
they
chance.
do.
Really on that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
What's the incentive of Sana Mutrope to Miliki Abotswana?
Normally we know when everything is on. Top 8.
That we have it now. We don't have it.
We don't.
So
So
there's not really not much of an incentive.
but isn't that being on top 8 already is an incentive to the team
it's not.
without any financial
Because like
attachments to it?
South Africa, for example, we know there's a cup at top 8, so you fight to win that cup.
So without cup, you don't want to be in top 8
no, you want to, but the incentive is a bit less
compared to you resting players.
So
for the FA.
maybe the idea was okay. Let's rest our players. Once again, we put all our eggs more Orange FA Cup basket because we are not getting relegated. We are not winning the league. We are just there. Maybe. But
Okay, for me,
Yeah.
one thing I've always said, after Matebele beats us Center Chiefs, I was talking to you, you know Matebele on their day, they will beat Galaxy, they will beat G.
Any team, bro.
They will beat any team. But also Matebele in Ceylon, they will lose to Santos. That's Matebele for you.
The inconsistency kind of thing.
You know Matebele held the traffic to a draw. The next game they played, and I think how were they playing? Was it system? They lost heavily. They were a shadow of themselves. And also, Matebele has not been consistent with their lineup. Okay.
Yeah.
We're about change our lineup. But for me, this one was straightforward. Matebele, in the league, they are playing for nothing. They're in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Put your eggs there. It's not like they have any other option.
Yeah.
Rest your key players, work out combinations, go for the FA Cup, win it's a more time Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
I honestly think Matebele, for me, what they did is what any other team would have done.
Okay.
They were not doing GU a favor, they were doing themselves a favor.
And we need to say this. They came to the party though. They played.
That was not the sentiment.
The guys played. If you are being
But that was not the
They're good.
sentiment that we were getting from other people in the stadium. So many people never know game rekisitswe. Because I mean, but Cedric Ramajara, why is he not playing, my guy?
But we don't know what the contract says. He's on loan from GU, you know.
Oh yeah.
So we don't. Maybe his individual contract.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't.
Because he left in Jan.
Yeah.
They could
That could be
have
another
foresaw
thing.
some of these things.
That could be another thing.
Yeah.
But 6 changes, man, it's a lot.
I mean, it's
Would you have made the changes?
Not this much. I don't think I would have made this much.
Okay.
Yeah.
for me, I just want to think, you know what? Yes, the changes are there, they're controversial, but let's look at this team. It's been consistent with making changes. For me, I think that's just a witch hunt.
Is their way of doing things?
This is how they do
Yeah.
This
things.
is how they do things.
Yeah.
They are left to the FA Cup. FA Cup also the security systems, Galaxy, City.
Overlay systems.
The systems, Galaxy,
Le VTM.
the VTM. So for me, they need all their strength for the FA Cup. I don't see why. They should.
But
By the way,
to be fair,
they have brilliant young stars. Man.
Yeah.
They have.
I think they played even yesterday.
No,
Those
they
guys who
played.
came in,
Yeah.
they were making some nice,
That young boy.
Pilani came in.
Nice. I love
It was the first time I watched that.
Yeah,
kid.
it's nice.
Brilliant kid.
Switch up play.
Brilliant kid. And onale this thing, Hataibi.
Yeah.
He loves the ball. Man. He
Even
loves to play. Yeah.
Mamba is good as well.
Yeah, no, that team is nice.
Okay, cool.
Mega.
So with GU getting the 3 points, something else was happening in Francistown, Kutoropo. You know what? Yesterday, something happened and my passport got damaged. Ne? So I was very, very sad and angry yesterday. And passport is expensive to renew, eh? But I don't think the level of sadness and disappointment that I had yesterday could top how this man was feeling when we left the stadium, because he had checked his phone and the scoreline was 1-1. So take us through your emotions yesterday.
No, traffic is very close to my heart.
It's football, eh?
It's football. Traffic is very close to my heart. Traffic was supposed to win my bike. The win in the side. It wasn't forthcoming, so my no can expect to be
So Nongo's factor in Tafik, do you think it played an important role, his absence?
Yeah, Nongo's suspension, I think it affected Tafik Maban. He's been the best player at Tafik this season, no doubt. He's been had to beat that team, so you know what happens. Obviously, you can't function the way you've been.
Coach Elias, do you think he's under pressure? Do you think he got this?
He's under pressure, but I think he still got this. He will do what he needs to do. I think they will win the remaining two games. Whatever happens, the other side happens. But also, I think Tafik yesterday approached from when I looked at the lineup and the conversation I had with some guy who Tafik were conservative. Ogare never said they only started attacking in the second half, and when they started attacking, they are not attacking with their main players that they would normally attack with. Somebody said Tafik should have gone all out in the first half, but they were a bit hesitant in the attack. Is it because of Nongo? Is it because they didn't want to lose the game? Remember, Morupule is a force to reckon with, and the top 8. They beat Rollers, and I think they drew with Center Chiefs. They narrowly lost to GU. So it's a team that you don't really think it should have been a walkover.
Okay.
And so when you the experience, Tafik is an experienced team, inexperienced. You are competing for the league with GU and Galaxy. We are always there. You understand? So I believe what Tafik it does get to them. What this is territory.
This is a very big bite.
So you kind of have jittery feelings.
Okay. From what I'm picking when you are saying about the approach, you also did mention that Joanning also had this pretty much the same approach against Rollers, where they are more of we don't want to concede, we don't want to lose, instead of we want to win this game.
Galaxy went in with a mentality that we are not going to lose to Rollers. Remember, they have Rollers and GU in succession. It's one thing, don't lose to Rollers and beat GU. For them, I still think it's pretty much in their hands. And being the defending champions, we have to figure out this. After all, it's Galaxy. They have the right, they have the players, they have everything. But I think with Galaxy, they really didn't want to win. They wanted to win, but they were more concerned with not losing than they were more concerned with winning. So it would be interesting to see how they go out on Saturday.
Yeah,
it would be
it's gonna be a very, very big game. I think we might bring you that game. I think we might have some live coverage to bring you that game. We'll see about that. So it's tough. It's tough when we look into how these things are. Who do you think is going to be the decider? Is it Township Rollers, or you think Township Rollers is going to affect? It's going to get some wins and disturb.
Township Rollers is the kingmaker. The biggest club in the country is the kingmaker.
I personally think it doesn't get to this. Okay. I think GU wraps it up this coming weekend.
Galaxy is unbeaten. You are aware of that, right? This season.
They're coming to the fortress.
It's a fortress now.
And it is. GU is killing people there, bro. Whether you like it or not.
So it has gone to that level. It goes to
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, if
so your money is that GU is winning on Sunday.
My money is GU is winning on Sunday. Even if they don't win
on Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah. On Saturday. No, I think GU is taking the league now. I think they're taking it. Yeah.
I think it's too early.
For me, I've always maintained that GU is raping up the list. I've long seen this. I've long seen GU taking. I've long said GU is taking this because honestly, when GU has to win, GU will win.
And right now,
they have to win on.
Right now, I feel like the biggest players are coming to the party.
Yeah, true.
Twilly is exceptional. You saw him in Lamani. He's chilled. He's bring his
Mpo had a
game.
brilliant
Mpo had a
game.
fantastic game.
Mpile was
Peace
brilliant.
was a
Boni was-
Then Gora is brilliant.
Raza was a bit more mature.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Motole,
Gora is Gora.
Kante, everything is
Yeah.
they're like
So
they're like
yeah,
him.
talking
This is Mutuzi.
talking about that. Talking about that, I'm gonna give you guys another chance to reconsider your choices for the awards. We start with the defender of the season. Guys, are you still sticking to your mistakes, or you cannot reconsider and choose wise
This is
now?
what I'm gonna tell you, ne?
Okay.
Yeah. My predictions were then when Tafik was still winning the league.
Okay.
Now G is taking the league, and it's gonna change.
So the first change from O is that Tafik is no longer taking the lead.
Yeah, G is winning the league.
Okay.
Yeah, and Guara will walk away with the defender of the season.
Thank you.
Ditile will walk away with
Player.
midfielder of the season.
Okay.
And the player of the season.
Okay.
Motswagwele, goalkeeper of the season.
Umpile.
Peace, the player of the season. I mean,
Umpile logged in an assistant a goal. Brilliant goal.
nice goal, man.
I told you, they are working to the party in the second part.
So he's taking young play.
No, he's taking young player. That one has always been. I've maintained that Piste is a brilliant player.
Okay.
For me, I think for the individual awards, I still believe Zulu will take it. Tami came in with an assist yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Tami will take it.
Tami is not scoring goals.
If Tami does-
Guara was getting his fifth goal yesterday.
Tami doesn't take it.
Gora scored. Him and Gora in 5 goals then.
No,
For me-
Mangolo is on 4.
Mangolo is on 4.
Yeah, Guara is on 5.
Tami's on.
Tami is on 0.
For me, my defense.
He scored yesterday, right?
No,
he
assist.
assist.
He assisted. He's still on 0.
He's still on.
Okay.
So for me, my defender of the season was always Kara.
Okay.
But and I still maintain that my defender of the season should be Kara.
Yeah, in my heart as well.
If no, for me, objectively, this is very objective. If Kara doesn't take,
in my heart.
if Kara doesn't take it, I think that they will take it.
Which guy?
I think I'll take it. I don't think Gora will.
So for you, Gora is outside
Gora
top 2.
is outside the top 2. And then as for me, midfielder of the season, I maintain Nongo is
Nongo.
still midfielder of the season. Whether they take the league or not, Nongo is still my midfielder of the season. He's my player of the season.
Okay.
And then Piste, young player of the season. Lamba, top goal scorer. Then we wrap up the season.
Okay.
This is-
In terms of,
Coach of the season.
Coach of the season,
it changes.
no, it doesn't change. For me, it doesn't change.
It remains
because
Elias.
I think it remains Elias on the basis that, remember, the season is not over. We are due for one more upset. But I think coach has been with one team for a long time.
For the whole
Yeah.
season, yeah.
season.
And he's done a brilliant,
And he's done a brilliant job, man.
Whether he takes the league or doesn't.
Yeah, now with
we can't take
Elias,
that
then I would still stick with Elias.
Yeah, we can't take
Still
that
stick
away
with
from him.
Elias.
So yeah, the reason I was saying that is that when we were watching Gora yesterday, when we realized that we didn't do justice to him,
Yeah.
when we were discussing the defenders, when we really looked into how he has been playing, etc., I think he's a very important factor in that
And he's-
GU.
He is.
Oh, there's
He is a very important factor, and I think he's really in the mix. I think he's
No, he
really in the
is.
mix for the defender of the season. Okay, you said something. We can't let it without attending it. So you are saying Luamba, Ghana is 1 goal shy now. Are you saying he's taking it?
to goal scorer.
Your money's on Luamba.
My money is on Lamba before he leaves.
It's gonna score. That they're playing Nico and what?
They're playing extension Ghana's on Saturday.
Then
they're playing Nico the next Saturday.
You think he's gonna score
He's scoring
2 plus goals?
He's scoring a brace at Ghana's minimum, and then Podito is scoring at least a goal. So I think
Okay.
for me, he still has three or 4 goals in his locker.
Tero,
The
Luamba.
teams he's playing, he
No,
considered 4 to BDF.
Yeah.
Imagine.
No, right now I
It
can't
makes sense.
disagree with Matt. I can't disagree. I think Lamba still has a few.
I don't see Ghana stopping Luamba. Honestly.
Yeah, because Ghana said Chase City, man. But today it's a matsogo. Banna go Pretoria.
Ora already meet prioritize the meeting over Otamega.
Meeting.
They're having fun in Pretoria.
Okay, Nicola has been coming up brilliant, has been doing a great job, but we are receiving news from their camp of a number of issues. I don't know if we can call it indiscipline. I don't know if he's a coach, you call it indiscipline, or you say differences between him and probably some of the guys in the management, to a point that reports now say he's suspended.
The thing is, Ghana Galaxy ni ko Soa. Ghana Swani ni Galaxy. Something like that.
South Africa's the guy. Kojwane.
Galaxy.
Kojwane, Asua has been here, yeah.
So apparently
That's the FA Cup, right?
That's the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Nicola got the held meeting le management to a Galaxy. Then that I don't think I would be happy. Killing.
But I'm
Because I'm about to when I would Mali meeting le one. That's not cool. But hell, Nicola and say cool.
But what is holding a meeting? If Nicola tell about what 2 or 3 bang.
Yeah,
by joining and then he's Spencer.
no, I got that quoting him. They want him in that camp. So I'm gonna get to all right because the so like me and Ngele mo le ta go campaign ya. That's not fair, my guy.
Also,
I don't agree. He held a meeting. I think he's professional. Also, he has managers. I don't think he does hold meetings as an individual. I don't think he does that.
I don't think. I don't know, but I don't think. But
Or they just know that he's gonna go. But yeah, you were saying.
I think the pressure gets to our teams. Okay. The pressure. I got the allegation isn't it? We don't want to believe them more. No. Why was it? Meetings, Stata FA Cup, this player line up in a weekend, and that. Yeah, I mean those are allegations. And as the coach, I picked the best team on the day. You have to believe it.
But the best team might be the team that's going to lose.
Hey, the best team might be the team that's going to lose. I think
so. It can be a strategic way of picking teams.
That one is very subjective. But for me, I think Nicola also Lerona as teams, as management, why the team we tend to get excited. We get worried maybe sometimes when we get over nothing. Yes, he held talks with Galaxy saying that is true. Then what? That doesn't affect the fact that he has a job. He has to perform. A contract to fulfill. He wants to win because Okwatara meeting and suddenly will lose. They're not challenging for the league. I don't think had they not been that commotion, the 2-1 loss to Galaxy.
Even if without the meeting, they could still have gotten that result. To be
as a result,
it's not. It doesn't raise eyebrows.
Tension is so I didn't need tensions. So I just needed to keep this under wraps and just see out the season. 3 games, we'll deal with the other things. That means they're not winning.
Yeah, Nicola, to joining. What does that say about the young Batan? What?
The Royce. Yeah, I love that dude. But I think Galaxy probably they have a vision. Their vision, they don't just want to play Mobotswana. They are looking at competitions. They still have the league to play for. They still have the FA Cup to play for. Both these competitions do is into Africa.
Yeah.
And the Rossi, unfortunately, he doesn't have the qualification that allows him to coach into Africa. So I believe it is one of the reasons it's a management.
So if you're Mpatan, are you going to take the assistant role or you are leaving?
I think I'd personally take one more season while I'm still working on my license. My license is at a team at Galaxy. I would take another season.
What if Rollers come again?
For head coach job, you go, man. It's Rollers. What do you mean?
No, the Rossi should stay as an assistant coach. Because you look at Pepezino. Pepezino was in this position before. He was once the young coach, well sought after, performer well, and then he ran too much around the teams. I don't know even where is he. Who go first?
Could be Islanders.
I think he's in Mahalo.
At least he stayed for some time there.
So
he's from this level,
what we need
is that a compliment?
Yeah, it is.
So
he's from this level.
Okay. No, I wanted to be clear.
The Rossi needs to stay.
Yeah.
One more season, maybe. I mean, if a good offer comes, obviously you have to. It's football. Football, about 7-year career. It's a short career, even for coaches. He needs to stay. But because how more Biju Ghana is very when investor and next thing you go 4 months also doing.
Okay, Ghana is featuring quite a lot today. Maguna.
Still on that. The Rossi is Osanza owns 11 Angels.
Yes, he still owns 11 Angels.
So what's the team? He goes.
I don't think he has.
The number Mangolo 11 Angels.
Fact checker, can you check for us 11 Angels then?
Number 7.
While fact checker is looking into that, gents, we do this every time towards the end or at the end of the season. Your best 11. If today we are going to say, look into the Premier League, and can we have a pen? There's an exam going on here. If we look into all the teams, and we say, can you name drop your best 11? How would it look like? How will it look like? Okay, the gents are still calculating and writing here. It's gonna be also the coach. You need to also give us who's gonna coach.
Coach of the season. Okay.
No, not coach of your team.
Of my team, yeah. Yeah, that's the team of the season and coach of my team.
Okay. What's your team of the season?
Team of the season, personally, the players that you would call underdogs. A bit of a nod. I believe not everybody the props
that they deserve.
Yeah, now this season the players still in thing. So by ikitse they are tops all the time. The Panama be highly. But my team of the season, I would go with Tsepo, Prince Mokitsi, Gotafiki.
Okay.
Jackson Losole as my right back. I think he's had a good season. From Rupule.
Jakunda.
Yeah, Jakunda. If you like rejuvenate his season again. He's had a good season go Center Chiefs. Tamizulu will partner with Karamangwidi.
Okay.
They've been top 2 center backs this season.
No Gora in your center back.
Gora.
Okay.
You know.
No, continue. Let me know this.
Yeah. You know what I did say on another day. I get to it. Yeah. Then I failed to find a left back that would sub Muthusi Johnson. So Muthusi will have to play. Then Timamike Yankaragale Wuditsile, he's Mangolo, camera editona.
Okay.
Yeah. Shady Kong and Manda Nongo from Traffic, Patavan Charity, CMY. My front 3, Terrositile, Le John Lamba will be my outside forwards, my Basamiga at the leading side forwards. Then Serrati, you know what I've loved Serrati this season.
Yeah.
So Serrati will be my focal point.
Even though Messi has more.
Even though Messi, but one other thing, I'm gonna let recency bias get to me. Like I'm saying, these guys are the underdogs. Like on another day,
are you picking your best team or you're picking?
Yeah, no, it's the best team. On the other day, on the other day, I would easily have Guara. I would easily have Velapi because Velapi is still.
I don't know. I feel like we're missing a lot of players from his end because we have to wait for another day.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that aspect.
So we'll wait for another day. For now,
okay. Before we discuss it.
That's my best.
Let's go to your best.
My best 11 is simple. Goalkeeper. I've got a goalkeeper. I think Mokitsi has the most clean sheets.
Okay.
For me, he's been a constant presence in the Traffic defense.
Okay.
They've conceded. I think he's conceded about 16 goals. The other 5 again. The other guy was Swapanle.
Okay.
My defense, I've gone with a back 3.
Okay.
Okay. Mangwedi Zulu. Those are my defense. That's my defense.
Okay.
My main reasons are Sahating is a goal threat. I want a defender who's a goal threat, and he overlaps well. He's got experience. He's done well. I think.
Okay.
This season, even just yesterday, he scored again, rescuing the team.
So him over Muthusi from that side. But let's continue.
I have a back 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Then midfield they get Tamaka Nongo Hahari. He lenka my midfield.
Okay.
Kibogezamaka Shadikung Le Ramwahi Pist.
Okay.
Boy has done well.
He's good. He's good.
It's nice.
The boys will number 3.
He's good. Lodge.
He's a lodge.
He's a big lodge. And also, can I tell you something about number 3? Then you continue. Most youngsters in Botswana actually were number 3 because they're inspired by Lodge. Think all of them, even Bobulala, Monty, they have something with number 3 and big up to them.
When they go to Africa, he gets number 3.
Yes, so you can continue,
Yes, and then that's my midfield, Gishadiko, Ngele, Ramwahi. I wish one day you could just pay attention to the Shaban.
Yeah, it's a brilliant
Really? Such a brilliant player. Such a humble guy, likable guy.
And he's probably gonna leave. But continue.
For sure. And then CEM, I've gone. My attacking midfielder, I've gone with the trusted Gilbert Barudi. Big player. My reason is Gilbert Barudi, evergreen, has goals in his lockup, has the work rate. Definitely for me fits in that team. Galaxy is there mainly.
And there's no Galaxy in your squad.
Galaxy is there.
Yeah, there's no.
Continue.
There's no Galaxy in my squad for a reason.
Then obviously right wing forward.
For a reason.
Yeah.
My right wing forward is clear Gilwamba.
Okay.
Uncontested. Last season at Traffic as well. And then we have Serati Semadi, speedster, talented goals in his locker. 11 goals this season.
Yeah.
And then we have Sitsile Mahachiko.
So still no Messi, while Messi is on top 3 of the top goal scorers.
Messi is on 12, Serati is on 11, the other 2, Baba Heta, Messi. But my main reason with Messi is a brilliant player. I don't think Messi has been playing at his level this season. Okay, the level
he hasn't.
Messi guy on Messi should be far ahead. But because of that, That's the reason why I don't have him in my team because of that. I think Messi has a lot more to offer.
Even the midweek game, what do you so Messi could have easily got a hat-trick.
Yeah.
So by putting him by virtue of that, he has 12 goals. Is Messi? No, well, we need more from Messi. He knows we demand more from him because of the caliber he's. And he set a standard.
Yeah.
He's not at that standard.
Yeah,
We're going to put
we will
someone
judge. Yeah.
There's another. Okay, my comment. I think is clear. First, in terms of goalkeeper, I'm always gonna be going towards Raza. It's a given. I think he had a great season, and I think we should not judge his season looking into some internal issues that happened with this team. It had nothing to do with the league. It was a club matter, and I believe they've resolved it. I think he had a brilliant season. There's another kid. I showed you the kid yesterday, Ramakati from Matebe.
Matebe, the left back, number 2.
That kid has
he's nice. He's nice
since day one. He's brilliant player, and I think he's gonna move it to a bigger team as well. Shout out for giving Baruti his flowers. I think like I said last time, I think we normally forget joining Galaxy players because they are so good that individual brilliance, it gets hindered by the team brilliance sometimes.
They have a lot of good players. That's what I'm saying. Personally, I know. I told you, I almost put in Baruti. But I was like, Baruti has been there, you understand? Now I'm giving the nod to your Shady Goons, the underdogs, you understand? But Gilbert, my guy, they'll always be there.
First division, who is coming into the Premier League? We're talking about systems, Chadibe, Santos leaving, Baswapa Lemang. How is it going? Fact checker, first division. We start with North? North?
Yes. First division North. Okay.
Okay.
And then another FC Lamela with only 30 points.
Makungulu page.
Yes. And then Calendar Stars at 30 points. When we move to South, Police is a Zurana Bodimo. Team. He said that because at 39, followed by joining Youngsters at 36. Mahosi. Team Mumbepen.
Team more fishing.
Holy Ghost. St. Diamonds.
Okay.
33 points. Team joining Youngsters.
86.
This year I got 3.
Okay.
So what can they make out of this 3 remaining fixtures? But also I will get the Union Strikers at 29 points.
Oh, thank you so much, Fact Checker. I know that's what you want. Mahosi, is Mahosi winning? Ebeta Holy Ghost, Ebeta not one. Is Mahosi coming?
Yeah, I think Mahosi should get 9 points from the remaining game.
9?
Mahosi is getting 6 points. Mahosi is not celebrating Holy Ghost. Ebeta not one for sure because he needs to relegate.
Why does it need to relegate?
Why do you need not on so much? Why do you need not so much?
They need a rebirth. Not only is my team.
Yeah.
They need a rebirth.
We love these teams. That's why we are harsh on them.
They need a rebirth. So I honestly think Mahosi, that their only hope is that Police 11 at Santa Grenita at I think it's going to be an interesting game.
So North, you are saying Santa Grini.
Santa Grini.
They have a game in hand, right?
Oh, okay. You think they're gonna win all the remaining games?
All their remaining games. But anyway, we never know.
Santa Green, is it a society or a PTY Ltd?
I know that Tsotso is a PTY Ltd.
I'm asking this question because I don't want us to have the same conversations we had about a lot of teams.
A lot of these teams.
But a lot of teams in society.
But actually, a lot of these new teams has into society. They have an owner, but along the way, the owner by
then
the resources they carry, the monies that are running dry. The team is not
okay. So police on Apala.
Police are coming up.
What about joining? Are they gonna sell again, or there's some ways?
The playoff, they win, they sell, they go back.
No, they're not going to play the playoffs.
They're going to play the playoff.
You can't play playoff for number 3.
They're number 2.
Then I can't buy number 2.
He's like,
You can't play what's trying to play for number 3. About number 3.
no, but I don't.
No, about number 3.
Another season for first division.
No.
I don't support Mangolo. I think they should.
No, it's not about supporting.
They should.
It's project.
You think it's been personal now? I don't support.
Personal.
I don't support my host.
This
Mangolo is not going to win, guys. I've seen them play. I just think said joining is better.
Yeah.
It's a better team.
My guy, brace yourself. FC next season Premier.
Oh, we should actually respect that. I guess I called Dinari now.
Deny.
Okay. The motherboard untitse schedule what is the name of this? I don't know how to say it. Whatever activities.
UFA calendar.
Yes, their calendar. And you briefly spoke about where are the training camps, because the league is ending in a week's time. What is happening in June and July? So I'm looking here, Orange FA Cup final, national promotional playoffs, regional playoffs. The men set up a center offer somewhere around June 16. I don't know why that is not part of this, but do you think they have some solid camps planned ahead for the men's and also for the gents? Because 2 months without
For the
football
men's is too late now.
Yeah,
I
like
think
I'm very worried about the men.
Camp on very short. I think on camp the call up or okay. 29, then we trim the squad and we go. And I think the men's, they have taken a drastic fall. I don't understand what's going on, because team you look at how progression.
Yeah,
I think the performance they had, I won't be surprised if they get a proper beating this time when they get there, because team I think progression. I question the progression of your team.
Yeah, team. I don't think there's a succession in terms of the players. Pool at the is very limited. We have the same players for a whole.
But the player
long
is
time. I don't know. Maybe they're not trusted. Today we need to have Alex here at
Yeah, we will try by all means to get Alex into the hot seat and have a number of conversations. If it's too late for the men's in terms of training camp, what do you think should happen for the gents, for the Zebras?
You know, our football is very simple, you understand? The team is most of our players, they play locally, right? So we have control of that. So, Zebras campaign. Zebras needs an intense camp. We should be having a pool of 40 players campaign, but so that resort another direction. We're not going to compete with DRC or Senegal. Those players play in Europe, they come back, Babuela pre-season. But pre-season July 1st, Timmy Buela pre-season. Corona July 1st,
shout out to you, the viewer. Shout out to the guys in the studio.
So I think we need a proper camp.
This gentleman is angry at us, so we need to call it. Thank you so much for watching episode 4. We really appreciate the numbers. We're getting some good traction. It's amazing to grow the numbers in an organic way, where you throw in some work and people are there commenting and are liking and are sharing and are viewing. We appreciate you, and we know we're going to grow in leaps and bounds because of you. I sign out.
Cheers.